There must be something as awful as the sacrifice of Calvary that God is offering a salvation from. You know, there are people, I've seen them endure terrible things for a cure, and it's caused them to be sick. It's caused them to stop eating, and for their hair to fall out, and their nails to fall off, to be bleeding from their mouth, and to be in intense pain. But the next week they'll go back and they'll get the treatment again. And then the next week they'll go back and you say, they must be crazy. They're not crazy. It's because that treatment matches the disease. The disease is cancer, and the disease will kill them. And here's a treatment, and it might be intense and it might be awful, but you know, it's worth that treatment. The treatment is appropriate for the disease. If I was to give you that kind of treatment because you had a sore throat, you wouldn't touch it, would you? But if it's for your cancer and something that will kill you, then you say, you know, the treatment, surely it just reflects the awfulness of the disease. And so if we get a glimpse of the treatment, which is the work of Jesus Christ at Calvary, a salvation that was spoken of for 2,000 years, and mapped through those 2,000 years, that suffering of Christ is described in all of its facets. It's described in the Old Testament sacrifices of the animal that's brought, and the sin is put upon it, and then it's roasted with fire, incinerated on the flames. And then you got a picture in the heart of the Father in Genesis 22 as he takes his son, his only son, and he places upon the altar, and you can get a sense of what must be going through the heart and mind of Abraham. See, all of that must be for a purpose, surely. There must be something as awful as the sacrifice of Calvary that God is offering a salvation from. We appreciate what was laid upon him at Calvary, wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. John says there, the Lamb that bears away the sin of the whole world, and of what Peter says about him, a Lamb truly foreordained before the foundation of the world. So that's for all people through all of time, all put upon the person of Jesus Christ. And it's Jeremiah that summarizes the extent of the awfulness of that. Behold and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow. This is an immeasurable sacrifice. You see, God must be doing that for a purpose. Whatever it is that God is offering salvation from must be as awful as the vision we have of his Son on the cross. So never write off the judgment of God that because he loves us. It's his love that indicates that there is something awful beyond his love. There is something awful without his love. There is something awful in a place of darkness. And of course, Revelation wraps that up as the eternal judgment of God. So the sacrifice, the cure does indeed match the disease.